Hello beautiful people, how are you all doing? I am sure that you must have heard the news, right? Some of you must have watched live or watched it when it happened. And this is something that has to do with Nigeria and South Africa, right? And you know, I do tell people to be very mindful of what they put out there. In the end, I'm sure most of us have learned our lesson. And before we start, let's talk about it. Yesterday, something happened between Nigeria and South Africa. I'm talking about between the two presidents, the two powers governing the two nations. But before we go to the main thing, let's talk about the arrival of Mr. President. I'm talking about the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Just watch this carefully.
I'm here to meet you again. Let's go. It's one of the old buildings in the country. Ancient flock. Yes.
Hey, while you people were busy fighting on social media, the two leaders were busy whining, we are busy dining and enjoying. The two of them are busy trying to forge peace while you are busy on social media, countering Nigeria, fighting Nigeria, Nigeria fighting South Africa. Show na they see me. If you look at this, you will see the diplomatic relationship between these two nations. I'm sure it is obvious that Nigeria has a very big role to play in South Africa. At least, South African government is acknowledging that. Now, let me take you to the story that brought us here today. So, there was a summit and our president was hosted by the South African president. And you will see the honor they are giving to our president. Alright guys, now listen to this.
The government continues with its efforts to improve the ease of doing business in South Africa. We want to enable investors to promote and operate their businesses in a manner that will enable them to pursue various opportunities in various sectors of the economy. We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport. We expect that this 11th session of our Binational Commission will enable us to consolidate cooperation in a number of other areas.
Brothers and sisters, una hear him, right? You heard everything he said. Okay guys, he talked about Nigerian investors coming into South Africa to invest. Because of course, we have South Africans investing in Nigeria like MTN. Okay, so now they want Nigerian investors. They want to have an enabling environment, to set an enabling environment. Okay, so they want Nigerian investors. Not just that, these investors can be in form of different various businesses. If they are coming in, they will be granted 5-year multiple visas. Okay, and again, they want Nigerian products on the shelf of South Africa. Hey, South Africans are busy pursuing people out of South Africa. pursuing Somalians out of South Africa, pursuing Nigerians out of South Africa, pursuing Zimbabweans out of South Africa. And the leaders are busy telling investors to come in. Not just that, their tourism sector, they want it to boom. They want Nigerians to come for tourism in South Africa. Like you will be in Nigeria and you apply for visa without even submitting your passport. You see what I'm talking about? Now, this is it. This was what Malema was talking about. You know, the true foreigners really do not want this. And that was why they do not want the unity of Africans. So they had to instigate some low-thinking South Africans to always wage war against blacks in South Africa. I know why you are busy fighting them and dragging them out. You are making yourself an enemy of other Africans. Why the real foreigners are busy invading your land. Malema knew about this. Malema said, no, we Africans, we need to stand. Why? Because South Africans are busy fighting and dragging people who stood for them. The Zimbabweans and the Nigerians that fought for them, that stood for them, they are busy fighting them. Malema saw this. Malema was standing up for this. Africa, stand up. But no, you South Africans, not all of you do. Some of you South Africans are like, no, leave our land. You think you can stay alone in that your land? No. Because by the time you are done chasing away people that are helping you, that are helping your economy, you will see shege banza promise. Na imona go see. Thank God your president is aware. Your president know better. Your leaders, they know better. Just few months ago, it was a brouhaha about Chidema. Some South Africans, not all, some South Africans were busy dragging Nigeria left, right, center. They enter Zimbabwe. They enter Somalia. They are busy destroying things in spaza shops belonging to Somalians. You think if Somalians should leave those shops for you, that you can run them? You cannot. Because many of you do not know what it takes to run a business. Nigeria stood for South Africa in many occasions. Was it Mandela tax? Our people were taxed just to liberate South Africa financially. Our students, undergraduate, university students, we are forced to go hungry just to make sure that South Africa receive an aid. The aid did not come from international community because South Africans were ostracized. United Nations abandoned South Africa. Many Western nations abandoned South Africa during apartheid. African nations stood their ground, spearheaded by Nigeria. Yes. Nigeria stood their ground, taxed themselves. Our politicians were taxed. During Obasanjo's regime in the 70s, during the military era, President Olusegun Obasanjo made sure that politicians were taxed. Politicians submitted thousands of dollars individually just to ensure that South Africans were okay. Was it during asylum? Nigeria played the role of a big brother for South Africa. But today, what's going on? Thank God we are still alive. We are alive when the second phase is happening. Let it be registered. Sensible South Africans are talking. Like sensible South Africans are happy for this development. Only a fool will say, no, why are we allowing them? Nigerians in your land are being taxed heavily. Nigerians in your land are pushing the economy of your nation up there. You think MTN is not helping the economy of Nigeria? MTN is doing amazing. And only fools will not appreciate or acknowledge that. All the foreigner shops in your nation in South Africa, they are doing due diligence. They are paying everything they are told to pay, of which your own local shops are not willing to pay. So when you are done driving them out, you will eat your head. When you are done closing down all the special shops, you will run your head. Because the truth of the matter is, you need foreigners in your land. You need blacks in your land. I love the fact that your president knew about this. It's obvious, it's glaring. Your companies are shutting down. You need investors. You cannot stand alone as South Africa. Without investors, you are nothing. Without foreigners in your land, you are nothing. There are so many ways to boost the economy of South Africa. Your roads can be maintained by investors. Your boulevard will be maintained by investors. Your investors coming into your land will develop the city the more. It is not all about bringing in foreign investors from Western nations that will be developing only certain areas. That will tell you, oh, as a black South African, you cannot go to this place. No. You need black investors for equality. You need black billionaires. People like Dangote. Brothers and sisters, hope you know that many Africans are begging Dangote to enter their country to invest. We are talking about the richest black man in the world. We are talking about the richest African. Imagine Dangote entering your land. That area will develop. Imagine the number of South Africans that will be employed. Imagine if 10 Nigerian investors should enter South Africa. Do you know the number of South Africans that will be employed? Brothers, wake up. Thank God for your president.
Guys, watching this video has made me so excited. I am so thrilled. I didn't listen to the full video. I just heard this little clip and I am so thrilled. I'm so proud of our government for taking the step. I don't know much about economics. I'm not going to talk about corruption. I'm not going to talk about legal, illegal migrants. We have exhausted all of those conversations. But the conversation that South Africans don't have enough is recognizing Nigeria for the giant that it is. If we were to have a first world country in this continent, Nigeria has all the makings for it. There's 230 million plus people that these people are trying to open up economic activity to, economic access to, for everyone, for Nigerians and for South Africans. And we have a problem. Nigeria is a giant, guys, and we need to come to terms with that. Don't comment on my post about Nigerians do this, they don't do this. South Africans do the same thing when they go to other people. Everyone does the same thing when they go to somebody else's country. I don't want to have that conversation. That's a boring conversation. I want to have a conversation about what it will do for two African countries to start amazing economic activity with each other. I will repeat it. Nigeria has all the makings of a first world country, guys, and we need to just accept that fact. They are 100 million short of the same population as America. With that said, I want to say again, I am proud of this government. Like, I am so proud. I'm so happy to be alive in this very moment where we start to look at each other and ask ourselves, like, why are we not working together more as Africans? I am so proud.
Every day, European countries and America will be busy advertising for investors to come into their nation. Why? Because investors will drive growth. Do you know the number of Africans schooling in the Western nation? They pay school fees 3 times the school fees of the indigents of the land. That is boosting the economy. Stay there and be busy pursuing people out of your land. Now you go regret time. These are the missions of Malema. That Malema that you people are castigating. Oh, Malema is this, Malema is that. He stood for truth. He had been talking about advocating for Africa, for the black nation. Now look at it. The president of South Africa is acknowledging that because that is the truth, glaring. If not, the Westerners will invade your land. And you know one thing about them, when they invade your land, it is for them. Them versus them. They will bring in more of their people. They will bring in more of their own investors. And when they do that, it is going to be more of their people and our own people, our African skin people, will be secluded. Thank God you are waking up, South Africa. And I hope your people are going to learn. I just hope that it is not all about bringing investors. It is not all about bringing in investors. Hope there will be a solid ground that will be watered for them. Because we do not want a situation whereby our people will invest in your land tomorrow. Your people will wake up and will start burning their shop. And will start looting their shop. And will start telling them to go away. Like your people are busy doing now to Somalians, to Zimbabweans, to people who are foreigners in your land, who are also African skinned. Some of you should be ashamed of yourself. We just hope it is not all about bringing Nigeria to come and waste their resources in your land. Because currently, Nigerians want to leave your land. So even after this meeting, even after all this, they will need to convince Nigerians. You will have to tell us why we should stay in South Africa. And your people need to be educated. Because seriously, brothers, you need it. South Africans, some of you need this education because you don't have it. I do not know why you are busy driving people out of your land. Every day, it is, before it was Nigeria, now it is Somalians and Zimbabweans. Nigeria will still be that go-to country for many of you. Nigeria will still be that country that you will run to whenever there is need to boost your economy. Nigerians will always be ready to support as big brothers. But our question is, hope the ground be level. Many South Africans will need to be educated thoroughly. We are living in this age to witness this. Because in the next 30 years, some South Africans will say, oh, why are they running to our land? Why are they coming to our land? Have you seen? Now, on our government, they call us. This was exactly what happened so many years ago after apartheid. When Nigerians suffered to ensure that South Africa is liberated from the shackles of the enemy. There were so many liberatory moments. There were so many meeting moments. And South Africans invited Nigerians to come invest in their lands. That was why our people are going to South Africa. But now it is the fact that, oh, we are coming to your country to do drugs. No. We are running away. Your government is calling us again. Share on our ground day level, eh? Now, question I did ask. But this is a good development. If South Africans will know their place and know that people from other nations are trying to help out. Currently, your government is also going to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe and Nigeria, they did a lot for South Africa. So many of you are ingrates. I love the fact that not all South Africans. There are South Africans that are very sensible. Yeah. Some of them are on my channel. Why we have some ifulefus, some brainwashed people still inside this channel, still in this channel. And we know them when they talk. You see them flocking like, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, brothers and sisters, it is all about one Africa. It should be Africans for Africa. I said it in my former video. And I said, it is high time Africans started to market for Africa. When you go to South Africa and you see a lot of Nigerian products, Zimbabwean products, Ghanaian made products, this product, that product, Africans, then you will realize that we'll be stronger. The enemies cannot fight us. When these foreigners, the real foreigners, realize that South Africans are with their brothers, they will mellow. Alright guys, so you all heard it. It is not coming from me. It is coming from the government of the two nations. And if you ask me, it is a welcome development. They are not saying Nigerians should pack their bag and go to South Africa. No. You should be going there as a tourist. And you should be going there as a business person. That is investors. To drive in investments. I'm also going to use this opportunity to tell my Nigerians, please, whenever you go to people's land, learn to be very mindful. The land is not yours, okay? If they say they don't want you, leave. However, not after investing so much in their land. So their government will need to take note. Alright guys, this is Qinspride, and I will always bring in authentic news to your doorstep. I'm out of here.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm collide. I'm the king of this groove with the catchy hook. Got the ladies moving and the fellas shook. Just down the boulevard with the top down low. Music blasting loud, feeling the flow. Neon lights flicker in the night's embrace. Lost in the moment, in this rhythmic chase. Catching glances from strangers as I pass them by. In the city of dreams, where stars light up the sky. Every step, every verse takes me closer to the